A very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Piyush Madan and I teach Indian polity, international relations and political science and international relations for UPSC Civil Services examination. In the previous session, we discussed what are the nuances around choosing an optional and how PSIR can be a good optional for you. In this particular session, we'll take the discussion forward and we'll see how exactly you can approach the political science optional. So stay with me. Now, when we talk about optionals and when we talk about this particular optional, given the nature of the optional, it is relatively on the lengthier side, but barring few portions, it is easy to understand. Keeping in mind this particular aspect of the optional, what should be the approach to go ahead? When should we start the optional? And if we start the optional, should we write answers right away? Should we write answers after a month? When should we do the test series? Let's try to understand all these details. Now, if I talk about the approach, there are three important aspects which you have to take into consideration with respect to this particular optional. First is the conceptual clarity. How much conceptual clarity do you have for various concepts? Second is whether you are able to write answers. And third is whether you are able to write those answers within a time limit or not. Now, each of the stage is very important because each stage has its own relevance with respect to whether you will be able to attempt the final two papers within a period of 3 hours or not. How is this the case? Let's assume you are a newcomer who has no idea with respect to what the optional is. What you need to do in the initial few months is you need to have a lot of conceptual clarity. There are so many themes, so many topics, so many social science topics, or I would say there is a particular way of looking at things. There are perspectives which you have to keep in mind. You need to develop those perspectives on the bedrock of certain concepts. So first, what you need is that you are very well aware about the concepts associated with the optional. For this, what you need to do? First is you have to attend the lectures. That would be the first point with respect to the preparation. You have to come without fail for all the lectures and you have to have an interactive session with the faculty so that 2.5 hours or 3 hours, whatever the lecture is, that is the time when you are able to start taking baby steps with respect to understanding the concepts. After the class lectures, then you will read about those concepts. How will you read about those concepts? One will be the notes, which will be a part of dictation, which will be given in the class. You will have to read those. And second would be the assignments and the other value addition material, which would be given, as a part of which you will keep on reading very good text by authoritative, let's say, scholars. What they are saying with respect to a particular concept or with respect to a particular current affair when it comes to international relations, you will be given handouts and you'll have to read them side by side in addition to knowing what is being discussed in the class. So, first step is conceptual clarity. This will go on for a period of approximately 5 months. Because this will go on for a period of 5 months, you have to start at an appropriate time. Now, before we move on to the next part, which is the answer writing, I would want to discuss a certain cycle with you, which is very important with respect to the preparation. Let's assume your attempt is in 25. If you're writing the paper in 2025, what is the appropriate time for you to start? Generally, this is considered as an appropriate time to start. June or July of 2024. You will be studying for a good period of 4, 5, 6 months, whatever be the duration. This is a phase whereby you will develop your conceptual understanding. This phase is the most important phase which will make us ready for the next phases. This is the phase which is going to be the phase of hustle for you, the phase of struggle for you, whereby you might have to go and see a dictionary with respect to the meaning of certain things also, because that is the first step of preparation. From June, July till October, November, you will be doing this activity for 4, 5, 6 months, whatever be the duration. In case of PSIR, we have somewhere close to 5 months for this part. After this, till December or January of 25, what you will be doing, you will be essentially consolidating whatever has been done. Consolidating means you'll revise, you'll make sense of things again, and you would want to bring all the material at one place. So you would do this activity. You may write answers also here. Consolidation, revision, answer writing, so that you are well prepared, and you can say, I beg your pardon, this may be considered as the first revision of the subject also. To which what you can do, you can add a test series also, but more on this later on. First, you have done your conceptual understanding. This time period has been done. Now we are here. We are taking this forward. In this, what we'll do is we'll be adding this also. This is a big mistake which students do. They don't write answers while they are learning concepts. This has to be done side by side. Yes, it does not have to be done 1 month into the preparation, but post the completion of 1 month, you have to start writing answers. You may write not so good answer in the very starting, not a problem. We'll fail early, we'll learn from that, and we'll move forward. But this aspect has to be done during this phase. Again, we'll do this aspect at this stage also. But this should not be neglected during this stage, which is generally what the students do during this stage of their preparation. Once we have done this, our 2024 is completed. Now, before the completion of 2024, you may go for this again as a part of consolidation. You may go for this also, but even if you don't go for this, we will be again doing this at a later stage. Now, from January 2025 to May 2025, you will not look at our optionals. This is a time only for PTs. Okay. After this May 2025 till September 2025, this is the time period for again revision, test series, but test series is most important here. Crash course can also be done here. Test series will be done here. Answer writing will not be done here. Answer writing has to be done during this time. Yes, we can add test series here also. If not here, have to go for test series here. That depends as to where you are with respect to the preparation. So this is the general cycle. And now, if we relate it to what we were discussing earlier, this phase of conceptual understanding is the phase whereby lectures, reading materials, handouts, assignments, answer writing, the main phase. Now, during this main phase, side by side, what we'll do is answer writing, where I'll say it is not only about how much you know. Answer writing is a skill. Skill is different than having knowledge. You need to develop the art of how to introduce an answer, how to write the body part, and how to conclude an answer, which requires continuous practice. Definitely, once you start the subject, you should have a time period whereby you are trying to absorb the certain concepts. Once you become comfortable with certain concepts, now we'll start writing answers. Again, answer writing can be started from a very basic level, writing very simple answers, and then it can slowly evolve to difficult answers also. But that is how we have to move forward. For this, after the first month of classes, you can go for weekly practice और fortnightly also. 15 days में भी लिख सकते हैं, एक हफ्ते में भी लिख सकते हैं, depending on किस तरीके से preparation चल रही है, क्योंकि साथ में GS की भी preparation चल रही है. So you must be preparing your GS also along with optionals, or different students are doing it in a different manner. So whatever allows us, but we will write answers. This is where an important aspect is, weekly practice. And last part is test series, which you may do once you have completed the foundation course, or you may do during the PT2 main stage also. The interval between PT2 mains, you can go for test series during this stage also. The main idea is whatever you have learned to write, now you have to write that thing within a time period. So this is a very challenging task. Again, a lot of practice is needed, a lot of tests are needed so that we can hone this capability for ourselves and we can be absolutely prepared for the final day. This will give you 300 plus marks. Doing this over a period of time will give you 300 plus marks. No stage can be taken lightly. This is important because if you don't have this, you'll not be writing good answers. You don't have conceptual understanding, you'll get stuck in answers. Once you have developed the art of answer writing, now things have become easier for you, but now you'll have to do so much revision, so much practice that you can write them within a period of, let's say, 3 hours. That is how we have to approach, and this is largely the time period which you can follow. I'm assuming that you are starting the preparation, let's say in June, July of 2024 for the optionals. This period will become even more difficult for you if you have a general studies course also going on. But in my personal capacity, do that hard work, go through that struggle. You will emerge stronger. You will emerge as a person who can absorb a lot of pressure, and let this be a phase of struggle, hustle, and come out stronger. This is how you need to move forward. So this was a little bit about how to approach the optional. I hope this added a certain value to your understanding. In the next session, I'll take this discussion into even more details, whereby we'll understand how to approach paper 1 and paper 2 separately, and what are the static and the dynamic parts of paper 1 and paper 2, and how much time we should be giving to each part. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll meet you very soon. Thank you so much again.